Welcome to Rally Trophy. This is a historic rally racing simulator released back in 2001 for the PC and developed by Bugbear Entertainment. This is a great game, and I'll read just a passage from the marketing materials of the time. It says, Rally Trophy is a racing simulation game dedicated to bringing back the sheer thrill and nostalgia of yesterday's racing, allowing the player to capture the feel of driving old classics from the 60s and the 70s. So this is a sim fully focused on classic and vintage rally, and I don't think there was one before it or any since that only focused on classic rallying. And in 2001 when this came out, this was one of the first pure rally sims for the PC that I can remember. I think I got into rallying a bit with Richard Burns Rally in 2004, 2005. And so in 2001, most folks were used to playing Colin McRae Rally or some of the more arcade games like Top Gear Rally and things. Because it also focused on vintage content, a lot of comparisons were drawn to Grand Prix Legends, and this was often called the Grand Prix Legends of rally racing. And for that reason, and then I've also had quite a few folks ask if I would take a look at this game, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at Rally Trophy. So I mentioned this game was developed by Bugbear Entertainment, and if Bugbear sounds familiar, they really should. This was, I believe, Bugbear's first game, and they went on to develop the very successful Flatout series of racing games, and then most recently released Wreckfest, which is a favorite of many, semi-realistic arcade crash-em-up racer with awesome damage physics. Bugbear has been a very strong development house for racing games for many years, but this is where it all began. So this game was really loved in the sim racing community for rally, and before Richard Burns Rally came out, it really was the racing sim if you wanted to do some rally racing. And even after Richard Burns came out, because the sim was actually really moddable for both adding cars and making changes to tracks and things, and it featured historic racing as its main focus instead of modern WRC, Rally Trophy had a pretty long life and is still played by many to this day. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the modding and mods and everything were lost when No Grip went away, but you can actually find a few on Race Department. There's upgraded physics and some additional cars and tracks and things, and I'm sure if you search hard enough, you can probably track down a lot more than that. But today, I'm going to look at the stock Rally Trophy game, and even though for a lot of folks Rally Trophy was a pretty serious rally simulator, it actually caters quite well to the arcade side, and I think these days might skew a little more arcade, especially with all the stock tracks and physics and things, but it's a lot of fun and actually had me laughing at a few points with just some of the things the co-driver says and things that can happen on the track. I've had a ton of fun playing this week. This wasn't one that I played back when it was contemporary. I really got into rally with Richard Burns like a lot of folks did, so I missed this one and I'm so happy I've gone back to check it out and hopefully share it with a few folks here that have never heard about it before. So this is the main menu in Rally Trophy, and I'll talk real quick about getting this set up. Pretty easy to find online these days, and really no hassle in installing it, which is something special for a game from 2001. Installs very easily. The only thing I had to go find was a patch for controllers to make a modern wheel work with it, and I'll put that in the description. It's at Race Department. You can find it pretty easy. Just one quick patch to put in, and otherwise everything works pretty much as intended, not a lot of fussing around. The wheel itself feels pretty good, but the force feedback is pretty rudimentary. It's an early game from when force feedback was a thing, so it's mostly rumbling and a few forces here and there, but it gives you a good enough impression, and because of how the game is itself, you don't need a ton of force feedback or anything to have a good time with it. But otherwise, everything works. The steering wheel and pedals work on modern controllers. I even got a handbrake hooked up with a side shifter that I have, so it feels just as comfortable as any rally game would be to play. So the game itself features two main modes. You've got the rally mode, which is your standard simulation, point-to-point rallies, several different venues, and many stages, trying to be the quickest one across all of those in cumulative time. Then there's arcade mode, which actually features head-to-head racing against several AI opponents, or actually you can race this online as well, but beating and banging around some circuits that are themed like the rally tracks. A lot of fun in itself. But for this, we'll stick with the normal rally mode, and within rally there's a few different ways to do it as well. We've got the full championship that'll bring us through several different events and all the different stages and allow us to repair our car in between stages and all of that. We have a single rally, so we could just pluck one of the events out and do all the different stages and things within there. We've got single stage mode, so you could practice, I guess, one specific stage and perfect it if any of them are giving you trouble in the full modes or something like that. And then a time trial mode as well to test yourself out. I'll quickly jump into single rally to show you the different rallies that you can do. Rally trophies shipped with 5 different rallies, and you actually have to unlock them by completing the championship mode, I believe, itself, and I've only got 2 unlocked to start right now, but Russia is the first one that you would race in. It's a really fast through the woods type rally. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of like a Finland or something like that. The second rally is Kenya, so some of that open desert, super fast in some spots, but muddy in others, and more of that safari type of rally. The 3 others that the game includes are Finland, Sweden, and Switzerland, and you have to complete each within the championship mode and finish in the top 6 of the rally in the championship mode to unlock each of them. There's of course cheat codes as well, you could unlock all of them, but so far I've only unlocked these 2 legitimately, and a bit of a carryover from the arcade days. You would see that in a lot of games at this time, that you don't have access to all the cars and the tracks right away. So perhaps in an effort to unlock more of the rallies, figured I could do some championship mode. So we'll jump in there. You get to pick how many players do it. I imagine you can do run after run. So I could do a run and then I could have a friend come and do a run too, and both compete in the championship at the same time, which would be kind of fun, but we'll just do one player. And then we have to pick the difficulty, and there's just intermediate and novice to start. And I'll say intermediate is fairly difficult, especially when you're first starting the game. I'm sure once you get experienced with it, it's not too hard, but you have to stay on the road, not crash, and be fairly good in almost every stage to actually do well. And like I said, you have to be in the top 6 of a rally to unlock the next rally, or else you'll be competing in the same one again. So intermediate will keep you on your toes. I understand also there's an expert mode once you complete that. So then we get to pick our car, and the selection of cars in this game is pretty awesome. Of course, historic vintage rally cars, 60s and 70s. It was all about the different cars. And to start us out, we've got the Mini Cooper 1964, of course famous for winning the Monaco Rally several times. So then we've got the Ford Lotus Cortina, another great car from the 60s. It's rear wheel drive, so totally different driving than the Mini Cooper, which is front wheel drive, and of course short wheelbase, really small car overall. Much different driving experience. Soft suspension, the cars handle somewhat realistically with their suspension characteristics and things. So great to see the Cortina included. Carry on. The Volvo, a Volvo 122 Amazon. Just getting into more of the European cars that we wouldn't have seen too much in the United States, I don't think, but early 60s car, pretty awesome looking car as well. So then we've got a Saab 96 V4. I've always had a soft spot for Saabs. The first ever car I drove was a Saab, not one quite this old, but missed them as an auto manufacturer themselves, but a nice Saab there. We've got a Fiat 600 Abarth, another short wheelbase car, tiny car to race actually, but those are always popular for rallies. We've got a Lancia Fulvia Coupe, another classic rally car that you'll see in a lot of games these days. I think this one, amongst many of the others, was included in the modern dirt rally titles, so a favorite of many. An Opel Kadett, which is not one that I was super familiar with, but I know there's been some Opels in some of the other rally sims. One of those quintessential late 60s, early 70s rally cars. But this one starts getting up a little bit in power, 120 horsepower. You can definitely notice the horsepower difference between some of the different cars. And speaking of horsepower, an Alfa Romeo GTA, 170 horsepower, rear wheel drive. This one's difficult to drive. I actually tried it out a little bit, and very easy to roll in certain places, but quite a heavy car as well. And then we get to the end of the cars, and just like the tracks and the rallies, you've got to unlock these as well. There's 3 more. From what I know, that's a Ford Escort that's included. The 10th car is a Renault Alpine A110, which is an excellent rally car as well. And then the last car, the final one, 1972, 240 brake horsepower, is the Lancia Stratos, which is one of the coolest rally cars of all time. So this game doesn't get into the Group B era or anything crazy like that. These are all kind of pure driving experiences, and the manual talks about that a bit, that's kind of the aim of the game itself, the pure driving rally experience when rally was just regular road going cars run through the forest really fast. So seeing as those Saabs are kind of special to me, I will go with the Saab, which I think is one of the worst cars that you can choose, but we'll see how I can do with it. I also do manual transmission. From what I can tell, only paddles or an up-down sequential shifter is supported, no H patterns or anything, which is a shame, but this game totally predated wheels with clutch pedals and all of that, so it can be forgiven. So we'll start off with the first rally, Rally Russia. It's driven in the middle of beautiful nature. The course is generally described a fast one, but difficulty varies between stages. Drivers should be wary of hard turns and unexpected places. Paying careful attention to the notes is essential in Russia. So then we're brought to the service area screen. We'll be brought here every other stage, so we'll do 2 stages and then come back, and 2 stages and come back. And I believe the rallies, at least for Rally Russia, is 8 stages itself. So we can get some information itself on the rally and see which stages we're just about to do, stage 1 and 2. You'll notice there are different start times and lengths and surfaces and everything with all the stages. So this is really a full-featured rally sim. We'll rally at night, we'll rally in the rain, and everything in between. But these first ones are quite easy. Nice daytime or evening time stages, just about 5 kilometers, which seems to be the general length of them. We also have a garage and tune menu where you can go and change a lot of different things about the cars. You have a time limit to do all of this, of course. So this is all pretty standard stuff for rally sims. But remember, this is one of the first rally sims for the PC and definitely was not a standard thing across the board. So it's really nice to see that it all made its way here. And this game really had all of the features from the very beginning. We have the repair menu as well, which will no doubt have to meet at some point, and then we can go start the rally. So we'll start our championship here in Russia. Hopefully can do pretty well in the Saab, but we'll get off to hopefully a good start and see how it all plays out. Alright, so here we are at the starting gate, and I should mention the co-driver. You'll hear him in just a second. He's one of the highlights of the game, but we'll see what he thinks of my driving. Hopefully the Saab can keep up here, but we'll start.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, a little bit late on the shift. Can't pop it into first before, unfortunately, no clutch pedal, but yeah, we've got pace notes and all that. They're a little late sometimes, and they go from 5 being the tightest corner to 1 being the most open, which I think is reversed from a lot of sims, but isn't inaccurate. I think sometimes folks do it that way. In this car, anything from a 1 to a 3, we got a 4 here, anything from a 1 to a 3, we should be able to take flat out. You can see there on the top left, my time, so I'm 2 seconds back already through the first part of the lap. Trying to keep the speed up. This might not end well.
Right 5.
Whoa, almost right out to the rocks. Got up to 8 for a second there, but we'll have to see what it is past the next gate. Come up to this tight left-hander, I believe. We use our handbrake here to slide the rear end of the car around. There we go.
Right 1.
All right, 3 seconds off in P8.
Left 1.
But generally, the roads are a bit wide, and that's something you would have seen in a lot of games. Even to this day, some of the rally games have got pretty wide roads.
Left 2, don't cut, ditch.
But there are some rallies with wide roads, and overall, the detail, remember, 2001, it's only a couple years after Prix Legends came out, and the detail here is unbelievable. The textures are really high resolution in a lot of areas. Still, you look at the spectators and things, and you can really make out all their details over a jump there. All right, holding an 8th, 5 seconds off the lead, so it's a very tight finish. The whole grid will be separated only by 10 or 15 seconds at the most.
Watch out, Animal Crossing ahead.
Oh, there we go, first Animal Crossing. It scares me with that.
Left 3, jump.
This left 3 and a jump will cut it a bit. Oh, car gets really sideways there. I had to let off the gas. You kind of just suggest where you want the car to go on the gravel stages with the wheel. But it's a lot of fun, great handling. Oh, got really sideways there, came close to a pole. Flat out still, come to this really tall hill. The suspension of our Saab is going to be crying at the end of this one. We're up to 4th though.
Left 2.
Some rocks way off the course that he's calling out for me.
Left 4.
Oh, thought there was going to be a tighter turn there. Oh, I split 2 trees. All right, back down to 3rd.
Right 3.
Up to 3rd overall. Gotten lucky more than twice already on this first stage. Got the sun in our eyes.
Left 3.
For a 2001 game, this looks absolutely incredible. We'll come across the line, finish our first stage.
Anyway?
Alright, so we'll get our checkpoint results, and yeah, I guess I lost just a couple seconds at the end, but everybody must have gained a ton of time. So overall, placing 7th through the first stage. We got plenty of stages to go, but the first one is the one I definitely know the most out of the whole game. But finishing there, top Saab at least. We got another Saab back in 13th, but need to finish in that top 6 to get points at the end and move on to the next rally. All right, so lined up for the next stage. We'll see how this one goes. Hopefully a few less crazy moments and just a straightforward
3,
one.
2, 1, go.
Off the line, still a little slow there with the upshift. The top of this crest, sun right in our eyes. It's evening time now in this stage. I think they really like showing off the sunlight, but it was incredible for 2001. Still looks pretty good.
Right 3.
All right, so flat out, I'm already back to 8th, but not even a second off, so things are still really close.
Left 4.
4 here. Barely lift off there. Oh, we're in the lead. That's right. Friend gets very excited.
Jump.
Oh, just bouncing along. Come through a right-hander here. We got a cow.
Jump.
A lot of cows in Russia.
Left 4.
The top of a crest. Make sure you don't get off the road. The grass, you're absolutely helpless once you get into the grass, especially on the outside of a corner. Just understeer completely off the track.
Right 4.
Oh, but we're up almost 2 seconds, so we just got to keep in it. Got 2.7 kilometers to go. You can see that in the top right.
Left turn. Caution. Ditch.
Got a ditch on the inside, no matter. There it goes. A little slow on the entry, but use the handbrake a little bit to slide it through. Up to 4th. This car might have 5 gears. I got to check it out, but I haven't been going fast enough just yet.
Right 5.
We got some tight ones here. All right, get it on through.
Left 2.
Overall, I find these stages pretty enjoyable, even though they're pretty wide and not exactly realistic. They remind me, like I said, somewhat of a Finland.
Left 3. Left 1.
I was just so surprised with the detail in this for a game so old. And then it looks so good without any help or anything. No DG Voodoo or anything like that here. This is just straight what the game's putting out. Come over a little crest there. I dipped out of the throttle for just a second, but we're up almost 5 seconds now. This is going well. It's always going to go well, though, till it doesn't.
Right 2.
And 4th gear bogged down just a little bit.
Tightens.
Tighten corner. Tightening corner there through another time gate. Oh, up almost 7. The little Saab is doing well.
Left 1. Right 1.
There's the finishing gate. We can almost end it now.
Wow, that was really fast.
All right, so that one went way better than I was expecting, but it was really at the start of the run that I picked up a ton of time. But it doesn't matter how you do it, so finish that one up top in front of the finish folks. But right in second now for the rally overall, just 2 seconds behind in aggregate. So not too bad, and ending the first 2 stages in a really good spot for the rest of the rally. All right, so back into the service area, and we can go ahead and repair. So I had a little bit of bodywork damage, so we can repair that. We've got an hour of repair time, so 20 minutes to repair the bodywork. We'll see if anything else is very damaged. Looks like our suspension is taking a beating over some of those jumps, so we'll fix that. Steering's just over 5%, and gearbox. I think the gearbox is very important, so we'll fix that as well. So that pretty much totals up what we can do. The engine had no damage, which is always great. We'll take a look at the information for the next 2, stages 3 and 4. This one's 3.2 kilometers, but very tight looking. And we'll start that at noon. And then we got a 6 p.m. We already know it's going to be raining, I guess. 6 p.m., 5 kilometer stage in the rain. So it should be a good couple of stages. Hopefully you can stay up front and maybe actually get into the lead. All right, so we'll start this one off.
1, go.
All right, this is going to be a tight stage, I think. A lot of wheel spin there.
Right 5.
Really slow off the line in the old Saab. I find I'm losing a bunch of time. We'll just cut the grass. There's no penalties for that.
Left 4.
Just got to get from point A to point B as fast as we can. A bit of an understeer, but in the lead just by the slightest margin there.
Right 2.
Over some jumps. Oh, you got to watch out for the roll. That'll get you in a few spots. Speaking from experience, through some rocks here.
Right 5.
but down, lost some time. We're gonna slide a bit wide, able to get it. Sometimes I find just throwing the handbrake on will help actually get the car slowed down a bit quicker than the brakes.
Right 2, left 2.
There we go, come over a rise.
Left 4.
This feels pretty tight for a 2.
Right 3.
Oh! Just back it into the rocks, use them as a banked corner. I heard
Left
something
2,
go crunch, so we might not have taillights anymore. But first, off track.
Right turn.
We'll come to a right, 90 degree.
Left turn.
Slid through like a pro. See if I can do a second one here. Oh, I just
Right
needed to get
3.
back down to second gear. I'll see where I am at the split line, but 2 seconds back at the last one. Oh, back to 3 seconds, so we're in 5th. Saab is definitely not good at the slow stuff. Not enough horsepower to get back up to speed. So slow through some of the corners, but see if we can hang on. Back up to 3rd though, so not all is lost. Such a
Right
tight
4.
field. I guess in a lot of sims you don't see where you are mid stage. At least I don't have that on usually, so it's interesting to watch it change as we go. Oh, under a second now.
Right 1.
Bouncing over the top of the ridge. Oh, the car gets a little out of control.
Sweet, we're in the lead.
We're in the lead. The co-driver is so happy with us until he isn't.
Left 5.
Coming to the forest here. Just need to watch for the
Right
trees.
2.
Those will end the race in a hurry. I guess I haven't thrown the car off just enough yet to show you, but you do get full damage in this and definitely can break the car down if you hit something too hard. But come across the line there and win the stage. All right. All right, so that stage went a lot better than I thought, and wasn't even super quick through all the different checkpoints, but ended up coming away with the win there. So leading that stage, that should put me overall into the lead of the rally so far, just ahead of Kopinen there, the Finnish driver in this Opel Kadett. So not even a second in the lead, so way too early to claim any kind of victory, but doing pretty well 3 stages in. All right, stage 4, and it's raining, and it's pretty dark out, so this should be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
2, 1, go.
Oh, come on, get in gear. The old Saab really doesn't like getting away from the line.
Left 1.
Gotta figure out how to get the starts better.
Left 5.
All right, but this is gonna all be about staying on the road.
Right 3.
It definitely feels different in the wet. It's a lot more sloshy.
Right 3.
You know, overall, the physics, they're definitely aged.
Left 2.
And compared to something newer, I have to wonder how much is force feedback versus just the feel. Because, again, there is force feedback, but it's mostly a rumbling in the wheel and not necessarily actual forces to pull the wheel as the tires are going through the dirt or anything like that. So it takes a bit of getting used to.
Left 3.
The cars behave somewhat realistically, and they do have some odd characteristics here and there, but I think the thing is, overall, it's very fun to drive. It's realistic enough that you can't do anything too outrageous, but it's not quite as serious as some other sims. Ooh, right up to a guardrail there.
Left 3.
There we go, come across the line. Oh, things aren't looking good, up to 6th. Just stick in it.
Left 2. Right
Definitely
turn.
for the time, if you're looking at what else was out there, this is so far ahead. Oh, we get the sun peeking out in the wet. It's beautiful.
Right 1. Left 2.
Can barely see where I'm going. Come over the top of the ridge.
Right 3.
Just a second back, I'm in 4th. So this isn't so bad.
Left 3.
Oh, gonna run a bit wide. Up onto the berm. Spits us back into the road. All right, I've avoided hitting anything hard so far, but a few runs off the road.
Left 3.
3 to the left, and I can't see at all where it
Right
is.
2. Left 1.
All right, so back to 5th now on
Right
this
1.
stage. Flatout here. Oh man, I can't see anything. Got a 4. There we go.
Right 5.
Slide it on through. No handbrake.
Right
Just
1.
understeer our way through it.
Left 4.
In 4th gear now.
Right 3.
See if I can get towards the end, just 1.5 kilometers to go.
Right
Oh, I'm
5.
gonna slide a bit wide. No! Hit a tree. All right, spin the car back around. We're gonna lose a whole bunch of time here. Trying to hit another tree as I'm rejoining the circuit. Get lost in the forest. No! Oh, we got a smashed up windshield now. Things were going really well. But the sun, coupled with the rain, which is not normally something you gotta deal with, is making this extra difficult. Almost running into the rocks there. We're back to 14th, 12 seconds down. It's gonna lose us a whole bunch of time. All unraveling.
Left turn.
All right, we'll just try to finish the stage. We're gonna service park right after this, so we shouldn't have to deal with the damage for too long. The car actually feels okay, other than the visual obvious.
Left
The
3.
glass in the front, so that's all smashed up.
Right 3.
Back to 14th now. Ooh, this is all damage
Right
mitigation at this point.
Left 4. Right 1.
As you get into these understeers, you just can't get the rear to spin around at all.
Right 2.
I'm sure the cars are set up pretty understeered to begin with, but come across the line here,
Finish.
not too good. 11th. Alright, so our poor brown Saab, but yeah, everything unraveled there a little bit, running into the trees, and I think that's going to lose me a whole bunch of time. So I finished back in 11th, I did crawl back a little bit, but 14 seconds off Copen in there at the very front in his Opel. So I'm back to just 3rd, so I'm still in the top 6, which is important. I guess I should keep track of that, so I'm 14 seconds ahead of the Russian there. At his home rally, back in 6th, but back in 3rd, just 14, 15 seconds off the lead. Definitely something I could make up, but I'm going to have a good second half of the rally here. Alright, so back to the service area, and I think I've been saying 8 stages, but I believe there might just be 6. We'll have to see in a second, but we'll take a look at the next 2 at least. We've got another 5 kilometer. This one's at 1 p.m. in the sun, so hopefully I can pick up some time there. It looks like a really fast stage, so hopefully the Saab is good. And then we got a 4 p.m. in the sun as well. I think that might end the whole rally, but we'll have to see. So 2 more stages up there. Definitely going to have to repair the body, although it's not that damaged, but we'll repair the body and take a look at everything else. Looks like the steering and the brakes might also not be great. We got 10 minutes. I don't think I can get anything else with that. No, so that's what we'll repair, but overall the car's not too roughed up. I hit the tree. I slowed down a good amount before I hit the tree, but never good to hit the tree. So take it out for the final 2 stages of Russia. All right, back in the sunlight, thankfully. Hopefully this one goes a bit better.
2, 1, go.
Oh, up to 2nd that time. Man, really gotta get the starts figured out, but we'll rock it away. And I might just try to go flat out for most of this. Need to pick up 14 seconds, or not lose 14 seconds is the most important thing. We'll come around, cross the timer to begin it here.
Right 3.
We're in 5th, just through that beginning little segment, slow start. 2/10 off, over the top of a hill here.
Right 1. Left 2.
It's a tight 2. Oh, we're in the lead though. Over the jumps. Suspension won't be liking that.
Jump.
Big jump here. Man, rocket over the air. Car loves to land though. Got a tight one here. Cut into the dirt. Ooh, on a forest trail now. Logging road or something. Sun in our eyes. Love doing that to you.
Left 4.
Alright, come through this left-hander. I think the road at this point is merely a suggestion.
Right 2.
Just stay somewhat near it and you'll be good. Oh, head up the hill here. Saab taking an absolute beating right out to the edge. Ooh.
Right 3.
And some logs just hidden right off the road. Through a log, definitely a logging town. Little logging shacks.
Right 1.
But great scenery for the time, and still today, it's a lot of fun, very picturesque. Man,
Right 5.
the game itself is so well polished is one of the things that gets me. It just has every feature that you'd look for in a rally game. You know, it's the first release that wasn't all patched in or anything like that. I think there was actually a patch too that added a couple more features later on.
Left 1.
Rocket down the hill here through an intersection. I think it just goes straight, hopefully.
Right 3.
Right 3, whoa, over the hill there. The road is barely staying on the road, but it's working out. Oh, 10 seconds. All right. It doesn't look like Copeland is in second. I don't want to focus on it. No. Run off the track a little bit there, but saved by the hill again. Got a cow crossing way ahead.
Animal crossing ahead.
I think I got it, buddy.
Right 2. Right 2. Left 2. Right 1. Left 3. Right 3.
Yeah, this game does give you a good sense of speed. These are objectively slow rally cars. You know, I'm hitting about 100 Ks, which is great, especially in real life, but in a game, oh no!
Right 4.
Okay, I think we saved it somewhat. One roll is a pretty hard hit. Man, we're gonna be so down on time though. That 10-second lead absolutely gonna be gone. Take a turn to the right here, back on a regular road. Rolling, and we got a whole nother stage after this, so hopefully the car's all right.
Left 3.
Feels okay. We're gonna have a little bit of a dented roof after this one.
Right 3.
The top of the hill there. Just a couple more corners to go to. We're so close to the end with such a good lead. Rolling the Saab, throwing it away. We'll see what it is at the line.
Finish.
Oh, and I still won it. Alright, so the brown Saab has seen better days. Somehow still won that. I lost 10 seconds towards the end, but got back on the road quickly. I think I'm just quick through the forest there, but only going to pick up a couple seconds on Koppinen overall. And taking a look at it, 11 seconds back now, 12 seconds back, I think going into the final stage. So as long as I don't make another big error like that, and the old Saab, brown Saab lasts, should be able to come away in the top 6 and then move on to the next rally. But scary moments. Alright, so sitting at the beginning, surprisingly I didn't break the windshield in that rollover, which is almost incredible. But we'll see how we do here.
1. Go.
I don't think we'll have a chance of winning, but you never know. I was up so much in that last stage. Alright, just right back into it on another one of these forest paths. Tough to see the little objects next to the road that might roll you over. I think I hit a little berm or something on the last run that did it. Alright.
Jump, right 2.
Another couple of jumps. Rear end kicks up.
Right 2.
I'm nervous now every time I get air that I'm going to roll the car again. We'll see where we are overall. Oh, I'm in the lead though. Alright, just need to try to maybe 99% instead of 105%.
Left 3.
Cut the route a little bit there.
Right 2.
But I do like how competitive the AI are, although I'm beating them here being quite ragged. This is on intermediate mode, so there's a whole difficulty above this once you beat things. And trust me, the first handful of times you try this, at least for me, and it's not apparent, I'm not the most experienced rally racer, but I like doing some rally. But it's a good challenge, and especially in some of the other cars. This car is definitely not one of the quickest. It's really bogged down there. This car is not one of the quickest ones, but the difficulty changes quite a bit too, depending on the car you pick. Big hill there, back on a normal dirt road though, thankfully.
Jump. Right 1.
We're just a second up, so it's not going to be enough to win the whole thing, but definitely enough to stay in the top 6. Just don't need to roll the car, spin it out, or anything like that. Tight left-hander. Over a water hazard here. Or I thought it was a river.
Left 1. Right 1.
Sometimes the calls are a little too late, so coming over crests, especially when you can't see the road, you always get nervous.
Left 3.
Alright, there we go. Right next to a guardrail. Over the top of the hill. We got a tight right. Onto another forest path. This is where I can gain a lot of time. It's also where things can get very dangerous very quickly. We got just 1 kilometer to go, so I don't think I'm going to win this one. Yeah, just 1.77 seconds.
Left 1.
Of course, it's Koppinen in second.
Right 3.
Just keep it on the
Left
It's gonna
2.
say black stuff, but there's no black stuff here.
Left 3.
Come through another time gate, up another second or so.
Left 1. Left 2.
All right, there's the finish line. So gonna finish the rally, win the final stage. There we go.
My pants.
All right, so we got a slightly flattened saw, but nothing we can't fix in the break between rallies. Not a bad final stage. Come away with the win, 3 seconds ahead of Koppinen, but overall not going to be enough to get the win of the whole rally. 8 seconds, 9 seconds off. Clawed it back a little bit, but not quite enough. If I didn't have that roll, we could have won the whole rally. Fun fight, though, coming in third in the top 6, which is what's important. Get 4 points there for the whole rally championship, and most importantly, get to move on to the next rally. All right, and on to Rally Kenya. The Rally of Kenya is known for the extreme conditions, which play a hard time for both the car and the driver. Good endurance is what counts here, as the roads can get very rough, dusty, and often slippery and muddy. Stages can vary a lot from savanna to jungles. If your car breaks down, it's usually in the middle of nowhere. Always liked the safari rallies and the rallies in Africa, and so fun that they included one here. I'll take a look at the first couple of stages itself, so these should be good both in the daytime, in the sun, right around noon. So hopefully nice and easy rallies. We don't have to repair anything. The car is fully repaired because we went between events, so nothing to do but kick this one off in Kenya. All right, lined up for stage 1. You can see how different the scenery is just from the cockpit here, but we're in one of the jungle areas to start. We'll have to see how this stage goes. 4.5 kilometers. Hopefully we can get off to a good start in our rally.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, into first gear, a little bit better that time, but still kind of slow feeling. No clutch pedal, so tough to do. We got a water hazard right away. Splash through there. Come across the timing line. Already back 4 seconds. Against the likely crowd up front. So we're in one of the jungle areas here to work our way downhill. It feels different than Russia. It kind of feels like the wet Russia, but now work out into the savannah. And this is a really fast parts of the rally through the savannah, wide open. Love the change in surface or kind of scenery. I guess it's technically the same surface, but they feel different, which is cool. Oh, run a little bit wide there. No, don't roll it. Oh, almost on the opening stage, have a roll. Just need to get through the first stage here. So I'm a second off overall, which is not bad, though. I'm in the top 3. We got Orelli, who I think finished 3rd in the last rally, or 4th. All right, in 4th gear then, over the top of a crest. Come through another water hazard there. Oh, slams really far down. We're gonna run a bit wide. The car just understeered straight off the track.
Right 1.
So it's gonna lose us a whole bunch of times. We'll come up to another timing line, see where I'm at. 2.6 kilometers to go. Ooh, back to 5th.
2. Right 2.
Not sure where the road was gonna go over the leap there.
Left 2.
Around this long left-hander.
2.
Flat out in 4th gear. Doing what the Saab likes to do, but losing even a little bit more time. 3.9 seconds.
Watch out!
Whoa, we got a
Right 2.
little elk or something running across.
Left 1.
A deer-type creature. All right, come through another jungle section here.
Left 4. Titans.
Because of the Saab's reduced power, I'm actually able to keep my foot in it most of the time. It's all about the steering and positioning of the car. I want to keep the revs up. Pulled it back in at 3.7 seconds, but still in 4th. It's really tight here at the top of the grid. Cross another water here. Ooh, splash through. Water hazards don't seem to affect the car at all, but they do have bumps. All right, should be getting close to the end. The final half kilometer here. Come past another timing gate, 2.5 seconds, so I've pulled it in a bit through the jungle. See the finish line straight in front of me. Come across the line.
It could have been worse. A lot worse.
All right, so not a bad opening stage. Almost rolled it there towards the start, but coming away clean. One thing I noticed actually is the cars do build up dirt and dust on them, which again, kind of a standard feature of rally games these days, and not something folks would even call out, but it's so neat that it was included in a game that's this old. We'll come to the results, and so 2.5 seconds off the lead. It's Arelli up in the lead this time, but Koponen in second. And so not a bad start. Just need to try to hold that. It's only 3 seconds back to the top 6, so still plenty of time and plenty of things could happen here. All right, lined up for stage number 2, starting on the Savannah this time, so maybe a fast one.
1, go.
All right, put it into first gear and do our traditional slow start. I'm sure somebody will point out the right way to start the cars, but always losing a lot of time off the line. We'll roll down the hill. Nice wide road here to start.
Right 2.
Vaguely to the right. Ooh, car catches a little bit there. Slide the rear around.
Right 1.
Come across the first timing line, see where I'm at.
Left 2.
Just weave it through some trees here. I'm only 2 seconds off, but I'm back in 13th. So I guess there hasn't been a lot to drive through yet to lose some time, but hopefully we'll pick up some spots. Ooh, we got a tight one over a bridge now. There we go. Over the bridge. The car really doesn't like to understeer. Get it into understeer, it almost doesn't turn anymore.
We're in the lead.
All right, we jump right up to the lead across the bridge there. Not too bad. 3 seconds, so we're actually in the lead of the whole rally at this point. The early days here.
Left 3.
Through the fast left-hander there. This stage
Left
might
3.
all be Savannah. Have to see if we jump into the jungle at all.
Right 2.
Well, just 0.9 of a second up, not too far. So this isn't exactly a safari rally because it's not massive distances with very few pace notes and a very vaguely marked course. It's much more of a traditional rally, kind of like it would be today, but it's still fun with the different locales. It's one of the things I've always liked most about rally games is the scenery is so different. You really experience it because you're not sequestered away at a racing circuit. You're right in the scenery. Come across the line. Oh, I'm down.
Right 1.
Down a second off Gonzalez. Where's Gonzalez come from? Maybe this will be a close rally. Koponen's back in 5th.
Left 3.
Arelli's in 2nd. Still 3 kilometers to go. It's quite a long stage. Back up to 2nd. It's going to be close the whole time if it's fast like this. Come across a water hazard.
Right 2.
Oh, the car splashes down. I caught a lot of air there and got off the track, but come back on without losing too much time.
Right 4.
And I can't help but smile when I'm playing this. The physics, the way it is, the way the co-driver yells at you at random spots.
Right 4.
I haven't really even mentioned the music. I've got the music on very vaguely in the background, but a lot of folks love the music to this game. And I have to agree, it's a great vibe overall. A ton of fun to play.
Right 1.
Through a bunch of left and right handers across another timing line. Oh, it's the closest of margins.
Left 2.
Come on, stay in it. 1 kilometer left to go. Is it going to be fast like this the whole time? The little Saab is doing well.
Left 2. Sweet, we're in the lead.
Yeah.
Left 2. Right 2.
Should be a few more corners here through the right-hander.
Left 2. Right 2.
Across another timing line up. 1.4 seconds. Oh, a quick one.
Right 2.
There it is, finish line. Come through a little chicane and across the finish of the stage. Oh, and winning.
But not too shabby.
He's not even impressed. So I picked up most of the time there in one of the middle sectors, 11 seconds, but let that go to my advantage. So overall winning by 1.9 seconds from Gonzalez, the Spanish driver in the Fulvia. So looking at the rally overall, I'm actually up on Arelli by the smallest margin, so it's not even worth talking about too much, but not too bad to end the first 2 stages. All right, we're in the service area, and we'll take a look at the next couple of stages. We got a rain stage, a wet stage. Oh no, Based off last time, I'm not sure about it, but starting at 2 p.m., 4.1 kilometers, and then we got a nighttime stage, 11 p.m., 5 kilometers, so this might be a tricky section to get through. We don't have a lot to repair, but we'll see if there's anything to repair at all. It's actually really the bodywork that's the most damaged, so we'll fix that. Suspension, or actually suspension was a little bit more. We still got 20 minutes, we'll do brakes, and that's about it. All right. So a couple repairs, but nothing major. It's so far been a clean event, but these should be a couple of challenging stages, I think. All right, so like it said, we're in the wet, but hopefully I can get through this much better than the last wet stage.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, come on, get into first. Sometimes if you pull it just a little too early, it just won't engage. Alright, we'll come past all the banners. We'll be super far down, a half second down, not too bad actually. Alright, so in one of the jungle sections here, and again, I can feel the difference in the tires and everything compared to the dry.
Sweet, we're in the lead.
Right back up to the lead though, so I remember the last wet stage we actually did really well until we didn't. It's just all about staying on the road, avoiding any trees. A lot of trees really close to the edges here. It's a bit more narrow than it was in the Russia stages, so good to see another deer crossing.
Left 3.
Down over a berm there, up almost 2 seconds now. Gonzalez nowhere to be seen.
Left 2. Right 3.
Thread the needle.
Right 2.
Always found that rally, if you're doing well, really makes you feel like you're a good driver. And it's those moments, though, that you crash off the course, that you go from the highest of highs to the lows. Oh, we got a sliding there. Thought I was going straight for that tree.
Right 3.
Maybe need to keep my foot in it a bit more. It's really the tires, when you jump on the brakes, you just have no more grip and it just plows straight forward.
Left 3.
Back down to third. So still up 4 seconds.
Right 1.
Everything's going well so far. Still got 1.5 kilometers to go, though.
Right 2.
No idea where the road's gonna go. He says to the right, too, but it looks so much sharper than that. Over the top.
Right 1.
Another water hazard. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, just rocking it back and forth on 2 wheels. There we go. Oh, keeping it settled on the ground. So close to flipping over again. To the top of the hill. Oh, gonna understeer off almost.
Right 3.
Just try to keep it tidy here for the final few corners. I've tested my luck quite enough on this stage. Alright, barrel down the hill. Got a nice jump there. There's the finish line. Oh, another big jump. We'll come across the finish.
Wow,
oh, 6 seconds.
Fast.
All right, so a few sketchy moments as expected there, but coming away with that one, I think I lucked out big time, but coming away with the win, 6 seconds, so this is going to extend the lead quite a bit over O'Reilly. 6.2 seconds overall, 10 seconds up on third, and if we look back to 6th, 22 seconds up, so things are looking pretty good halfway through this rally, but I know coming up here, we've got a night stage. Alright, so I think it's pretty awesome that they've got some night stages. I guess it's pretty much always a feature in rally games since night racing in rally is so iconic, but it's well done here, so you can probably see. But we'll get started with it. Just need to stay on the road.
Go.
Get the car into first gear. It looked out a little bit better that time, but we'll rock it down the hill, up to second, up to third, and 4.8 kilometers ahead of us in the night. Pretty well lit though. Got a lot of good headlights on the front of the Saab here, so should be able to get through the stage all right, as long as I can keep it on the road. Oh, 1.14 seconds, back to 14th though. Head up to the top of the hill, maybe come onto a Savannah section, which is good. A little bit more spread out. Higher speeds though.
Right 1.
Just got some vague corners here.
Right 2.
Oh, back into the jungle, fast, down a hill. Crawling up the order, but still about 2 seconds back off the leader. It's Aurelio out front, of course, but I've got a little bit of a lead on him, so if I lose a little bit here, it's not the end of the world. I should be able to gain as we go. That seems to be the trend. 2.2 seconds back. 3 kilometers to go.
Right 2.
Come through a rock section.
Left 2.
No opportunity to slide off the track here. Slide off the roads. Over the top of a hill. A little bit of a jump uncalled by the pace notes. There we go, back into the jungle again. Ooh.
Right 2.
Smack the front of the car down. Suspension won't be liking that. I'm sure that's where you get the suspension damage from.
Right 1.
Right towards the exit of this jungle section. We got a 3. There we go, keep it on the inside.
Right 3.
2 seconds, so I pulled it in just a little bit, up to 6th overall. Oh no! Understeering, just plowing there, right up on the edge. Luckily there's some banking on the edges of the track there to keep me on the road.
Left 2.
Streaking down the hill here, over
Right 2.
a little bit of a jump. Got another timing line ahead. Doesn't feel super quick. Yeah, 4 seconds. I've fallen off a bit, but I'm still 6th in this stage. But 4 seconds going to lose me quite a lot to Aureli. Half a kilometer to go. Whoa, wagging back and forth there. The tree coming out of the darkness in front. There's the finish line. Flat out 4th gear towards the finish.
Finish.
So pulled it back in at 2.9. All right, so not the best stage, but it worked out all right. Didn't crash the car, luckily. One close call, but let's see where we are. So 2.9 seconds back, finished 5th overall in that stage. And looking at the aggregate, 3 seconds, 38.3 seconds up on Aureli. So Kopanen not doing as well here, almost 10 seconds back at this point. And if we look back to 6th, still about 23 seconds back to 6th. So standing in front with just a couple stages to go, hopefully can wrap it up here. All right, so we'll look at the last couple of stages. We actually just have one, I guess, so it's a 5-stage rally, even better. So 7 kilometers, quite a long one, in the sun, 1 p.m., so it's probably going to be the granddaddy of them all. But just one stage to get through. It's actually surprising to me. We'll repair some of the car, but again, not too much damage. So luckily, knock on wood, been doing well so far. And got a 3-second lead going into this final stage to hopefully hold off Aureli and come away with the Kenyan Rally. All right, so on the grid in the sun, on the savannah. We'll see how I can do here.
2, 1, go.
Come on. Just late on the shift into 1st gear. You got to time it perfectly. If you hit it before they start, you don't pull the gear. We'll come away from the line. No matter, just focus forward up to 4th gear. Hopefully this will be a fast one, but technical sections, I guess, are the ones that I seem to gain some time on, so we'll have to see what happens here. Come over the top of this hill. No pace notes yet. See the first timing line.
Left 1.
All right, so 14th, but 2.3 seconds on the first stage, and of course it's the first timing line, and it's Aureli in the lead. Come through the rocks. 5.7 kilometers to go.
Left 3.
Whoa, over the top there. Coming to the jungle here. Pulled it down a gear, but didn't really need to do that. I'm up to 8th, 1.3, so I gained back a little bit. I don't think I've seen this stage before, so it should be interesting to see how it goes. I think I'd only done a couple in the Kenyan Rally overall, so it's going all right so far, but talk about pressure-packed final stage. Up to 7th now. 1.45 seconds off.
Careful, bridge.
We got a bridge here. Oh, we're going to slide wide. No. Oh, man. I had to really crank it. No.
Let's go.
Oh, it reset the car. So if you get too far off, it will reset, but that absolutely is going to kill my time. I don't think I wanted to go in the water there. It's probably good I avoided that, but no. Cracking under pressure. We're in 4th gear here. We'll come across the line and see what damage is done.
Right 5.
Oh, 8 seconds. That's a lot.
Left 4.
That's a lot. That's going to lose me the rally overall. We're still in the hunt for the top 6 though, which is ultimately what the important thing is, but it'd be heartbreak to lead the rally the whole way.
Left 1.
Alright, just try to put some good corners together here, hopefully avoid any other water hazards. The reset probably helped me out there. 3.4 kilometers. We'll come to the line. 9 seconds off. Oh, I lost a little bit again, but we'll come to the jungle. This is my quicker place, as long as I can keep the car in one piece. Skipping over the top of some hills there. It's a tighter corner, but able to keep it nice and tidy. Sun in my face. Pulled it back into 7 seconds. Come on. Should have just 3-4 more seconds to get back into the lead of the whole rally over Rallies. Up to 4th gear, we'll head down this hill. 2 kilometers to go. It's not a lot of time to do it. Come to the line, see what the difference is at. 5 seconds now. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I'm gonna fly off the edge of the track. Oh, clobbered off the wall. Put it back on the circuit, but we're back on the road. Oh, this final stage is going so poorly. Up to 4th gear. Certainly will have lost a couple seconds at least through there.
Left 1.
All right, come up to one of the final timing lines. 1.3 kilometers to go. Down to 10 seconds.
Right 2. Right 2. Tightens.
All right, so at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. Throwing it all away. 2 big mistakes here on the final stage. We'll come to the line again. 9.7 seconds. And just flat out, so work towards the line. 0.4 kilometers to go. There it is. It couldn't have gone much worse here in the final stage, but at least I'll make it through the Kenyan rally. We'll see where it all ends up as I cross the line.
Finish.
So overall, a pretty clean rally until the very end there, but isn't that the way it goes sometimes? So coming away with 9th, losing 10 seconds to Rallies and the rest of them, and take a look at the final results for the rally. That almost hurts further. 2nd position, I guess I get the silver, but 7 seconds off of Rallies at the end of it. Led for most of that, but you can't make mistakes, I guess, and so show you how easy it is to do, actually. Did a lot better through the first parts of it than I thought I would. But still enough points to actually complete the rally overall, and so it's going to be possible to move on to the next one. Alright, and so that's 2 rallies complete, and I'm actually going to stop it there for this one, but hopefully that was a good enough impression of Rally Trophy overall. Super fun game, even if it ended poorly, and I actually really love rally games. I think this might be the first ever rally game or sim that I've had on the channel. It's not my forte necessarily, but it's a lot of fun. And Rally Trophy itself, with focusing on vintage and classic cars, and it's actually done really well for 2001. I almost hate saying for 2001, like it makes it sound like it deserves some sort of break, but for 2001 it's really good, and even for 5-6 years beyond that, it's still quite good. Still a game worth playing today. Had a lot of fun with it, and I think something that could be fun to continue in the future. So if you enjoyed this, if you'd like to see more, I guess let me know. Maybe you could do another video or a stream or something where I continue on with the old Saab and see if I can redeem myself and come away with a rally win. So Rally Trophy from Bugbear Entertainment, definitely worth checking out where they all started, and there's a lot of mods and things out there for this if you're really into it, and I might actually check some of those out as well. So if there's anything good that I should check out, let me know. I thank you for watching. I'll see you all again next time.